This is the Mill Hill Building Committee meeting, scheduled meeting for Tuesday, March 21st. Start time is 6:37. I ask everyone to rise. I'm going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Just to refresh, we have Hector, Jason, Melanie, and Jeremy from the building committee. Did anyone else sign on recently? Anyone else? Okay. From the town of Fairfield, we have Sal. From Gilbane, we have Rob. From Colliers, we have Mark and David from Silver Petroselli. Anybody else on the call? All right. Item number 2, approval of meeting minutes from 12/29. Really?
No, 12/22.
12/20, 2022. Anything that needs to be added to those meeting minutes or anything to be discussed? All right. Seeing none, they've been approved already. The next item, project update. So we did a walkthrough at 5:30, myself and Melanie, with Gilbane, Mark, and the town. We walked around, took a look at the landscaping. It was decided at that time that landscaping is not needed, and if any landscaping will happen, it'll go through the town or through the PTA. So hearing upon that, as we discussed before, we will return the $35,000 that we set aside for the project back into the general kitty or the fund, as you will call it. And I like to call a motion at this time that the building committee approves the project. What does that mean? That means that we'll have one more meeting to finalize the final invoices and everything. But basically, the project is closed, and all that's left is to make sure everything's lined up. And I will go in front of the BOF in June. Do I hear a motion to accept the project?
I'll make a motion, Melanie.
Melanie, second by?
I'll second, Jeremy.
Jeremy. Are there any questions before we go on to the final vote? We're voting to approve the Mill Hill project as complete. Okay. At that case, all in favor of approving the Mill Hill building project, why am I saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Sorry. Any abstention? All right, ladies and gentlemen, the project has been finally approved. We are now at the final stages of the next item is approving invoices, and I will leave that to Mark.
Okay. Mark Schweitzer, Colliers. There are 6 invoices. Gilbane's invoice 35 for $63,067.50. 3 Colliers project leaders for our services in December, January, and February. And then there are 2 Best Tech invoices. One is a $0. They were invoicing for an alternate that wasn't taken, so that was taken off. And then the last invoice 11, is for their balance or their remainder of their retainage, which is $23,152.57. Upon approval, this will effectively close out Best Tech.
At this time, I ask for a motion to open for discussion and then voting for the approval of all the invoices. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion, Melanie.
Do I have a second?
I'll second, Jeremy.
Jeremy, all in favor, symbolize by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Objection? Abstention? Any questions on any of the 6 invoices for Mark? Hearing none. At this time, I ask us to make... Oop, was there a question? At this time, I'd like to have a vote. All in favor of approval of all 6 invoices, symbolize by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Abstentions? The invoices have been approved. Did anyone just sign on? Oh, I heard
That was me, Jason. I got dumped and called back in.
All right. Well, we knew that. We were making fun of you. That's why we abstained and all that fun stuff. All right. So next on
good.
next on the agenda item is approval.
Proposals. The only real proposal, and it's already been approved, I just wanted to make the rest of the committee aware of it, is WB Mason for the additional shelving in the library. That got approved within the last month. For the shelving backs, the additional shelving, and it came to $1,636.74. That was already approved and sent to purchasing to issue the PO. But that, I just wanted to keep everybody abreast of that.
Any questions on that? All right. The next item is, what was it? Approval of change orders. And I believe that goes to Rob. Martin.
There's owner change order 30. It is, it's really the give back or the credit of unused portions of the general requirements of Gilbane's contract. I believe the first one is the...
I don't know if you want to read the whole list, but it's basically our site services, general conditions, and then contingency.
Yeah, basically the general requirements is a credit of $121,254.64, and then there's a partial give back of the CM contingency of $70,634.19 for a total credit of $191,888.87. There's still a remaining portion of the construction contingency that will be given back at the next meeting. Gilbane held that for any of the landscape or any of that.
We look like approximately going to give back $175,000 back to the town from the project, estimated at this time. Nothing, obviously, we haven't finished paying a few things or reconcile other things. Are there any questions to what was just said?
How much are we holding for contingency?
We're at just under $53,000 in contingency, in CM contingency.
Thanks.
So,
I was just going to say that's a good result. Do we have any sense how that compares to other school projects that have been done?
I know at Holland Hill we gave approximately back $150,000 also. When I first closed it out to BOE, we said $100,000. By the time it got to the BOS stage, I think it was $160,000. I have to confirm that. And this one, I was kind of surprised because of, during COVID when things were delayed and things cost more and stuff like that. So we're more or less online for the last 3 projects they did, more or less.
Yeah, given everything that's happened over the last couple of years, it's pretty good result.
Especially this project, right?
So I think you're
right.
more comparable.
Yeah. So with this one, I am happy and that we got everything done and then some, right, on our shopping list, if you want to call it that. So. So if there are no objections, I'd like to take a motion to, well, we asked the questions, I apologize. So we'll say, we'll make a motion to discuss and to vote on approval of the change orders. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion, Jeremy.
I'll second Melanie.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? All right, so now we just need a vote on the approval of change orders. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention? Okay, the change order has been approved. The final thing here, the two items, we are going to cancel the April 18th meeting, and we will reconvene in May 16th is the scheduled time. By then, we'll have all the numbers rectified and the final numbers, and then that's what we'll do. And then I'll give you the update, and we'll be done as a building committee officially when the BOS dissolves the committee, but at that time, we're pretty much good to go. The second point of order is just to let everyone know, point of interest is that Tom Quinn's Memorial Bench is in Town Hall where the Flags for Memorial Day is, which is across the street from Bob's. And that being said, I'd like to have a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll
Make
make
a
a
motion.
motion in honor of Harry and Tom.
Here we go. In honor of Harry and Tom, Melanie first, Jeremy second. All in favor of adjourning the meeting?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Thank you very much. Have a great night. We'll talk in May. And if Jeremy can hold up, it'll be great.
Yes. I'll hang on.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks.